Greetings, greetings, greetings. I'm Elton Brewington with Discover Brightside, and I have the good pleasure today of introducing to your family members of who's created this incredible product. It looks like an olive, but it's actually olive oil and medicinal use olive oil, individual use olive oil, and it's amazing. I'm just accepting the use of the product and continuing and reviewing how to discover its use. Now, in America, we have a very profound medical issue when it comes to cardiovascular and high blood pressure and those kind of things facing Americans typically. So this, while it's unique in its conveyance, offers the capacity and prospect of being a great solution for that. I'm excited, and we'll discover more about it as we speak to the manufacturers of the product. Our two Nicks, two Nicks, and we're happy to have them all the way from Cypress. So please tell us about yourselves and tell us about the product you've shared with us. All right, all yours.
All right, I'm gonna start. I'm Nicolas. I'm an environmental engineer, and my job is working in soil biology. And I've been in Cyprus for 15 years. I'm originally from France, and my job is to grow crop in arid climate with no water. And I focus on the microbiome of trees. And while I was doing this, I discovered by accident that we could concentrate polyphenol content into olive fruit and therefore in olive oil. So my goal was not to create super high polyphenol olive oil. My goal was to make the tree resilient to drought. And through my job as a soil biologist, I reached the world record of content of polyphenol in olive oil. And our oil today has 45 times more polyphenol than regular olive oil, the one you can find in your supermarket. So, yeah, this little pot of 5 ml has as much polyphenol as half a liter of regular olive oil. And what it does for you, and there's a lot of science behind what I'm going to say. There's over 2,000 studies that you can access on PubMed today. So it's one of the most studied natural plant compound on the planet. So there's all sorts of polyphenol in this olive oil. We have a few that are very, very studied and a bit the stars of the polyphenol, and one in particular called oleocanthal. And oleocanthal is responsible for a throat burn. So when you drink very, very fresh quality olive oil, it's a bit peppery and it has a bit of a throat burn. And that compound was discovered only in 2005, although olive oil has been used in the Mediterranean for thousands of years. It's a scientist from America, Dr. Beauchamp, who was on holiday in Italy. And his job at the time as a scientist was to make ibuprofen, Advil, and so forth, in formulation for kids. And so it had to be a drinkable version. And he noticed by drinking a fresh olive oil that the burning sensation was the same that the one he had with ibuprofen that was a problem to make the formulation for kids. So he brought a sample of olive oil back in his lab and discovered oleocanthal in 2005. And since then, there's thousands of studies on oleocanthal. And it works the exact same way as ibuprofen. So Advil, it's an anti-inflammatory inhibitor of COX-1, COX-2, but it has zero side effects. And it's way more bioavailable than ibuprofen, so up to 8 times more. So your body takes it better because it's a natural form. And it has also other benefits. One is that it can cross the blood-brain barrier and activate directly on your brain, helping with the natural cleaning process of your brain to get rid of all the waste that your brain produces. That's a natural cleaning process that slows down as you age, and that can lead to cognitive decline, Alzheimer, etc. So it's a very strong anti-inflammatory. It helps for your bone, your joint health, and your brain health. And then you have all sorts of other polyphenol like oleacin, hydroxytyrosol, and those act on your heart. In the EU, we have an official health claim on the fact that it will lower your cholesterol and protect your blood lipid from oxidative stress and protect you from cardiovascular disease. It shows also to have an effect on the metabolism, so it slows down the way you process sugar in your body. So it regulates your insulin. It is also a prebiotic, so it helps feeding the good microbes, in your guts. So there's a lot of health benefits in olive oil, and olive oil has been the foundation of the Mediterranean diet. In Greece, people consume about 30 liters per person per year. In the US, we're below 1 liter per person per year. And the quality of olive oil that you guys get in the US in your supermarket is much, much lower than what we can get here in the Med. And up to 70% of the olive oil, the extra virgin olive oil that you find in the supermarket in the US, don't even reach the standard to be called extra virgin. So what we do here is a complete different product. It's an ultra high polyphenol olive oil, and it's done through regenerative agriculture. It's done through the symbiosis between soil microbes and the plant. And Nick can tell you, I'm going to stop talking about and give the mic to Nick because he can tell you about the sport people using our oil as well.
Okay, very good. Nick 2. On to Nick 2.
Excellent. Well, yeah, my journey into this is a little different from Nick's because I come from a bit more of a business background, and as you might be able to tell, originally I'm from London, and I came over to Cypress back in 2007, and I came over for more sports to work in the sports industry, and essentially I became a FIFA licensed agent, which is an agent for football players or soccer players, as you guys would call them over there. So yeah, when I first started this journey, obviously working with athletes, what happened was in 2013, 14, when we first heard about it, and that's when I actually first met Nick at that time as well. And when we did meet up, we started to learn more about what high polyphenols could actually do for you. And my father, and in fact, I'm the 6th generational member of the family who actually produce olives and olive oil. And my father, who attended one of the meetings regarding high phenolic olive oil, learnt about it, and at the time he was actually having trouble with his legs because he'd broken his ankle and he was struggling to move around. At the time he was in his 70s, and yeah, when he found out about this, he started to try. He bought some high phenolic olive oil, learnt about what it helped him with, and literally after about 10 to 14 days, he found himself more energetic. He was able to move much quicker and become more active. He didn't need to use a walking stick when walking as well. And it ended up, helping him out. And from there, as a family, we decided to look into it even more and started producing our own high phenolic with the help of, at the time, with Nick, who certainly helped us increase the level of phenols. And I think, I'm not sure if Nick mentioned it, because at the time we did start speaking with Nick, he was and he still is the person who's produced the highest number of polyphenols in olive oil, and he still holds that record. And because of that, obviously he knew what he was doing. We took on his advice, his counseling, and when we started to produce our own high phenolic, We gave it to other family members, and I was still working with as an agent with players at the time. And I decided let's try to give it to some of these guys and see if they come back with anything, what benefits they come back with. And to my surprise, there was quite a few of them who did start coming back and stating they were taking it on a daily basis, and they found that they were seeing their recovery rates, their energy levels much quicker, because we're talking professional athletes here. So they were playing 2 competitive games a week. So they saw a lot of help that this gave them. And from there, it kind of grew. And that's when my focus kind of completely changed. So from 2019, 2020, my focus has just been solely on high phenolic olive oil. And you know, the passion for it is amazing. I've seen how it's changed, not just athletes, but like I said, my father, who's in his 80s now, he's still taking it daily. He's a farmer and he's still running around his farm looking after the olive groves, and we have hens as well that he looks after. So yeah, we've seen amazing benefits from it, from all backgrounds. So athletes, people with young families as well, parents who give it to their children, mums and dads who are looking for that extra help, that extra energy as well. This is all part and parcel of what we've created. So this is where we're up to now.
Very good. Now, I want to put some structure to our dialogue, but this sounds quite amazing in terms of, and you're at the helm. You've just discovered this incredibly new product, and it has tremendous health benefits. At this point, as understanding, we don't know to what extent, and there's been some study, but in terms of a unique phenomenon, what it can do, how it can do it, are there binding elements in the polyphenolic olive oil that help engage better healing, or is it just we don't know how it does it? It just does it.
There's many mechanisms that we understand.
Okay.
First of all, what's very interesting is, and makes it complex to study, is that it's a matrix.
Okay.
So if you take one polyphenol on its own, it doesn't act the same way than if you have it all together within the fat of the olive oil, right? Okay. So olive oil is a very healthy fat. And this oil matrix just carries those polyphenol much better in your body. So about 95% of the polyphenol will pass your stomach gastric acid and reach your intestine when it can be absorbed. If you take polyphenol separately, if you isolate this one or this one, it doesn't have the same effect on your body. So because the health benefits are so wide, each one is studied separately, right? But there's a lot of really strong scientific evidence and a lot of really big clinical trials, like the pre-med study. It's thousands of people in over many years that shows the cardiovascular effects, for example. So people can find a lot of information on our website where we go deeper into each subject, and we show the studies and how it works. But yeah, right now we have about 2,000 studies over it.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's quite credible too. As a matter of fact, I mean, the production I gather has a seasonal element to it, so that you're at the end of the last and moving toward the new season. Now, in wines, they evaluate a wine based on the year it's produced, because of the weather and engagement that way. I don't suggest that it's like that with the olive oil, I suppose. 1 year is as good as the next, I guess. Is that about right? Nick 1, Nick 2?
Yeah, there's a lot of similarity with wine when it comes to flavor profile, for example, right? There is hundreds of different cultivars of olives and hundreds of different producing regions and things like that. So if you look at olive oil for gastronomic purpose, it's a rabbit hole, just like wine, right? You have so many different flavor profile according to where it's grown, what type of cultivar it is, and of course the weather, all this influence. But it's not like wine; it doesn't age well.
Okay.
It's a fresh product. You want to consume it as fast as possible. When it comes to polyphenol, yes, the weather is influential in the content of polyphenol. Polyphenol is a bit like the immune system of the tree. The tree makes polyphenol in order to protect itself. So if you have really, really strong heat in the summer, which is the case here in Cyprus, it's crazy, crazy hot. Then you have more polyphenol. But if you have a better if you have a better nutrition for the tree, then you have a better immune system, just like us. Cheers.
I just thought I'd take that
All right.
as an observation. So amazing. Has a unique taste to it too. A little spicy.
Yeah, it has to be.
Exactly what we did, yeah.
Okay,
So,
awesome.
Yeah, every year the polyphenol content varies, but we always extremely high. We're always in the 2000 plus milligrams per liter, which is very, very high. A supermarket olive oil, if it's quality, has between 50 and 100 milligrams per liter.
Okay. No, so very good. Nick 1, Nick 2, what would you like to see happen from our dialogue today? Are you looking to are you looking to reach into the American economy and get a million of these capsules? No, a million wouldn't do the trick. I mean, how many capsules would you need to be consumed in America to have the kind of impact that you'd like to see happen?
Well, we can't supply America at the moment.
Is that right?
It's a bit too big.
Is that right? Where are you at now?
We're in Cyprus.
Cyprus.
This is where we're based.
What other places do you distribute to?
Nick can answer all this. Is the customer guy.
We ship all over the world, Elton. We've got across the EU, obviously, and we send over to you guys. We have customers in the US, in Canada, also in South America, in Chile and Uruguay, particularly. We have customers over in Asia, in Japan, the Philippines, Australia. So we're worldwide. People who are looking for this high phenolic tend to find us as well. But in terms of what we're trying to do today is it's all about education for us as well, Elton. We want to let people know exactly what high phenolic olive oil can do for you, and it's getting people more knowledgeable to understand, because I think there's an issue in today's world about food and ingredients that are put into foods, and it's for us it's about giving people the opportunity and giving them the trust in particular to know that when they purchase high phenolic olive oil from us at Oleaphen, they know they're getting the real deal.
Huh. Well, that's amazing. I'm encouraged by your product. And if after I've just consumed one, and you're suggesting one per day or one per week, or I don't know how the average daily consumption is. Like, how many of these do you both consume per week?
Well, we do it. We've packaged them so that there's 30 of these pods, which is a 1 unit. 30 is 1 unit, and that's a monthly. That's basically your month's worth. So yes, 5 ml over 1 day. So every day you take one of those pods as you took it, and Yeah, I think we got the right reaction from you when you took that, because you felt the pepperiness, you had that cough reaction, and that's
Uh-huh.
the polyphenols
Oh,
working, in
awesome,
particular
awesome.
the oleocanthal.
Okay, awesome, awesome. So I mean, so when I go to the gym today, I'm gonna feel it kick in, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right. Amazing, amazing. I'm inspired by you.
Because
I,
because you mentioned that, Elton, that the gym, because we have a lot of bodybuilders who take this, and one in
okay.
particular as well, who's a former British and Cypress champion, and
Uh-huh.
yeah, he bigs us up on what we do, because it really
Okay.
does help him, and it's kind of taking him away from using ibuprofen. So he's using these pods on a daily basis, and it's helped him, his benefits so much.
Oh, well, Nick one, Nick two. Well, thank you so much for sharing this product with us, and I'm excited by it. And we can spread the word and let us talk further about what that means and what we can go, where we can go with it. So, with this, thank you so much. We'll conclude the recording. All right.
You're
Thank you
welcome.
very
Thank
much.
you.
All right. All right. Uh-huh.